I was sharpening a knife, and I sliced down right on the knuckle right there.
It looks like an extra knuckle.
Yeah, I just knocked it against the table. Ouch.
Why are you sharpening a knife for, dude?
Somebody can't buy knives anymore. You must have never seen it. Have you ever seen Surf Ninjas?
That's probably the greatest question I've ever heard in my life. Is that the one with Rob Schneider?
Yeah.
Is he in that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an old movie, dude.
It's an old one.
I feel like we've talked about this before,
I
though.
think so. I found some gifts on...
Like cooking knives or like hunting knives?
Cooking knives.
You out looking for squirrels, dude? Hunting down squirrels?
How young does he look in this?
Dude, he can't be more than like 20 in that, dude. He's young. Holy cow.
But there's a scene where he goes off, they're going through the jungle. They're after like the knives of Wansu.
Oh, okay.
Some guy says, money can't buy these knives. He starts, as they walk around the rubber tree plant. Of course, because money cannot buy knives. That is funny. It's childhood shit.
Well, dude, that's good. Good callback. Good callback to the old Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas. Hashtag Surf Ninjas. Bring it back.
Not to be confused with Three Ninjas.
No, big difference.
Three dragons?
Yeah, these
Little
are
dragons?
These are two Asian ninjas.
Oh, okay.
Not three white
real
suburban ninjas.
Real ninjas, then.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the podcast, everyone. This is The Thought Runs Through It with Nathan.
Welcome to... This is Andrew.
As he's goofing on his phone.
I'm being a big goofball.
He's goofing on his phone. What's up today, dude? What'd you do this Wednesday?
I've been in a deep depression since about game 1 of the finals.
Oh.
Of the NBA finals.
I could tell you. Whoa, doggy. I didn't watch one game.
Nor did I.
Yeah. I knew what was going to happen. So did America.
So did America. But I think things would have gone a little bit differently if they would have won game 1, which they should have.
Yes. Yes.
It might have been a different playoff series, but we had a why basketball moment. Did we talk about this in the last one?
I don't think so. I don't think we talked about JR screwing the pooch on... well, we might have, but we could recap it since the series is obviously over. Golden State swept the old Cleveland Cavaliers.
Pretty badly. I mean, it wasn't even a close series.
No. Every time they were, like, within, like, 6, fucking Kevin Durant would just take over. That dude's fucking impressive. It's insane how good he is.
He's an alien.
Yeah, and he plans on staying, it sounds like, with the Warriors.
He's a gangly alien.
Yeah, for someone who refuses to admit he's 7 feet tall.
He's a gangle monster.
Yeah, he's pretty damn impressive. Yeah, so JR fucked up game 1. He could have easily
gotten fouled.
He could have shot, he could have passed at someone who was open, but instead he runs for the hills.
Literally.
With the basketball and gives this look to LeBron like, did I do good?
Dad, did I do it?
I did it!
Look, LeBron!
And LeBron just has this look on his face like, yeah, I'm leaving Cleveland.
Yeah. This is what happens when you play with stoners.
Yeah.
They forget the score.
Oh, dude, can you imagine? Like, not the biggest game, but by far the biggest series. Ugh. That's a heartbreaker, man. You gotta feel for those Cleveland guys, but hey, they got one, right? They got one.
They did.
So now... Golden State wins. They're third in 4 years? And
something like that.
And now nobody cares because now all anyone's talking about is where LeBron's going to go. So that just goes to prove how polarizing of a player he is. That you have a dynasty basketball team and nobody cares. People just care about where LeBron's going.
Yeah, and where do you think LeBron is going?
I don't know, man. Like, I have honestly no clue. And it's kind of interesting because there's plays that people can make to get him. But none of them really make sense to me. Like, even staying in Cleveland doesn't make sense to me. It's like, I don't know. So,
you think he's going to go to your Lakers?
you know, there's an outside chance he can do that.
There's a school of thought.
People think possibly Boston. But to do that, they would have to basically trade Kyrie.
Which would be counterproductive.
Yeah. Which I think Boston has a kick-ass team. They don't need LeBron.
The CEO of the Big Baller brand thinks that LeVar Ball will make, not LeVar, but Alonzo will make LeBron better. Your thoughts on that?
I feel bad for that kid, man. His dad sucks.
His dad's a chomo.
His dad sucks, and he's probably a douchebag too. But he never stood a chance though with having a dad like that. So having him in LA would be dope, you know, because it sounds like Paul George is interested in moving with LeBron somewhere. I doubt Kawhi will go anywhere this year. You never know.
The Leonard?
But then there were some rumors that Golden State wants to make a play for Anthony Davis, which is truly bananas.
How would they pull that off?
I have no idea. But I saw it on one of the rumor basketball Twitter or Instagram accounts. So I don't know, man. It's going to be an interesting offseason. I don't know shit about the draft. I don't know what kind of players are out there for that, but that's always kind of interesting too. But I mean, we're in the kind of lull of sports season, man. We're like it's literally baseball. That's it.
This is the deep, dark, unsported time of the year.
Yeah. Hockey's over. Baseball is
sucks.
Boring and
oh, wait, the World Cup.
That's coming. Yeah,
is that coming up? Yeah.
Even though U.S. literally shit the bed in that one, not gonna make it. So, yeah.
Well, you just wait, listeners. Bad. We'll be here, 2026, in the attic, calling the World Cup from America.
It's coming to America in 2026?
It's coming to America.
Where?
Mexico and North Canada. Just Canada. Just Canada in general.
That's some extreme soccer, North Canada.
Yeah. It's hockey for.
I'd rather play in Mexico. I'll take my chances with the cartel.
Preferably.
I don't think I want to freeze my dick off.
Preferably, I'd like to play in late fall in Montana.
Yeah.
Early fall.
Yeah, like today would be good. I mean, a little overcast, a little bit of the wind, but still warm.
Breezy.
Yeah.
Kind of like our lady listeners out there. Breezy.
Dude, I had a crazy morning this morning.
Did you? What was so crazy about
it? So I had to wake up early because I had to go to Los Angeles.
So
I had to
the metropolitan area of Bozeman, Montana.
Yeah, which is blowing up, ladies and gents.
Belgrade has doubled in the size in the last year. Just kidding. But they are making a new subdevelopment that will house another 4,000 people in Belgrade.
Oh, good.
Saw that today in the news.
Nice. I mean, they're blowing up.
Yep.
We are in the Four Corners area, which, if any of you had been there 10 years ago, you know it's gas station, and that's it. And now it's gas station, liquor store, gas station, casino,
Cracker Barrel,
subdevelopment. It's insane how big it's got. But anyways, I was leaving early, around 6:30 yesterday, and I'm leaving my house, and there's like 4 bikes in my yard.
Uh-oh.
Like pedal bikes.
Whoa.
I was like, that's interesting. Like,
it's an odd spot for pedal bikes.
Yeah, especially where I live out in Frenchtown, in a cul-de-sac that's kind of off the beaten path.
It is off the beaten path.
I was like, maybe it's just neighbor kids. Like, whatever. So I see it there, but I'm leaving, and I'm still like kind of half asleep, and I see like a backpack with one of them. I was like, that's kind of odd, you know? And then I was like, fuck it. I was already running late, so I took off. I get a text message from my neighbor that's like, bunch of kids threw rocks through my windows last night. did anyone else get vandalized? And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, well, now that I think about it, there were some bikes in my yard. Did you go look? And she's like, no, I saw a truck go pick them up, though. So my neighbor had called the cops. And this truck out in Frenchtown, it's like a 4-door Duramax diesel that the top's cut off.
That's gross.
So it's very recognizable.
Yeah, distinguishable.
And so she's like, it's that stupid fucking white truck with the top cut off. I was like, well, call the cops. Tell them that's the one. So cops went and found them. And I have like, my driveway has those solar lights, you know? And two of the kids took 2 of them.
Oh my gosh.
Threw it at my neighbor's house.
Oh.
Yeah, so they didn't damage my house at all, but
they took
it's a bunch of hooligans.
Hooligan kids.
So my guess is they got spooked, left their bikes, ran off.
And they're getting spankings as we speak.
Probably. Fucking youths.
Youths. Criminals.
Yeah, it just blew my mind. Like, I don't live in the middle of nowhere, but I do live out there. So I was like, this neighborhood's really going to shit. Good thing I'm selling my house. I was like, and that's the other thing that popped up in my house. Like, fuck, I'm trying to sell this fucking house, man. Stop fucking ruining this neighborhood.
Right?
God damn it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeepers.
Yeah, so that's how my morning started.
If we have any young listeners out there, just be studious young people. Do something for your community. Donate your time, your energy, instead of throwing solar lamps into people's windows.
Yeah. Oh, it's a...
Because someday there will be kids, there will be youths throwing solar lamps in your place.
Yeah.
And you'll probably live in some shitty-ass apartment complex because you didn't go to school because you're too busy leaving bikes in people's driveways and throwing solar lamps at people's windows.
Tucker. Were you a vandal as a kid? Did you vandalize?
No, I did not vandalize.
You didn't? You not even like throwing a beer bottle at the Walmart or something?
Nope.
No?
Nope. Signs, maybe.
Oh, like stealing signs? Like Mary Jane Lane kind of thing?
Yeah, I have...
No entrance? No exit?
I've had signs show up in my place before.
Oh, you think so? You don't know how they got there?
No.
I was always... I didn't really care for signs. That wasn't my thing. What we used to do in Butte was drive down people's alleys and toss their garbage cans back into their backyard.
Wow.
That was a lot of fun.
That's hardcore.
Well, it kind of was, because it takes some muscle to do it. Because sometimes those fences are like 10 feet tall.
Well, would you do it on the morning of garbage day so they would be full? And then they wouldn't have their garbage taken?
We weren't that sophisticated.
Wow.
But we just found out that was full. And we would toss that fucker back over the fence.
So...
It was a Butte tradition, some might say.
A Butte tradition.
It was a ton of fun.
All right. Having your own classification of Walmart people and you throwing garbages back in people's backyards.
Yeah, we are the people of Walmart.
Go Butte.
We weren't smart about it. Well, at least I wasn't, because I would do it in my own neighborhood. Like, I would never go more than 4 blocks away from my house. So, not very smart, but who is anymore? Speaking of that,
not our president.
I was going to say, war is over, dude. Cold War is over.
I don't think...
Us, North Korea, thanks to Dennis Rodman, we're best friends now.
Thanks for Dennis Rodman crying on interviews.
Did you read much on this? I didn't get any details in what they talked about or what they came to.
They talk about
denuclearization. Stormy Daniels?
No, maybe they had hookers. I would see those two enjoying hookers together.
Dude, when you're the dictator of the country, yeah, do it.
I guess let your people perish and have hookers.
Yeah, doggy. Why not?
No, here's my take on it. I think Kim Jong-un is a smart fellow. Mm-hmm. Not just a fart smeller.
No, he's college educated in Switzerland.
Good for him. Good for him. But he's just playing the shit out of Donald Trump because he knows how stupid he is.
Oh.
And so he's just going to let Trump get the Nobel Peace Prize for having peace talks in North Korea, and then after that's all said and done, he is not gonna dismantle his nuclear arms, and he's gonna pick a fight and say, Trump, you're an idiot, because that's what he's done in the past. They've signed treaties and agreements and not complied with those things.
Right.
On numerous occasions. And so what now is it the reason for that? Because you got guys with bigger buttons?
Sure.
I got a pretty big nuclear button.
Do you?
Yeah, my microwave has a pretty big start button.
It starts automatically. It's pretty dope.
I just look at it.
Yeah, it's
and it starts up. Little light turns on, and my SpaghettiOs are magically hot.
It even lets you know when it's done.
Yeah, it dings.
It dings.
Except I don't like my dinger.
What kind of dinger is it?
Well,
is it like an old school ding, like ding,
no,
or is it
it's a
beep?
New school annoying beep.
I don't like the beep. Does it remind you if you forget to take it out? Have you had a microwave like that?
Yeah, I have.
Those are fucking annoying too.
Yeah, they are.
It's like, yeah, get it.
I know, my popcorn's in there.
Yeah, I'm pooping. Give me a break.
I'm letting it cool down.
Yeah.
I'm finishing cooking it.
Oh, microwaves. What would we do without them?
Well, I'd use a stovetop and an oven.
Yeah, you could do that. Old school, man. Old school.
Boil water in a kettle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pour that in your cup of noodles.
Yeah. Cup of noodles. Was that big for you in college?
It was hit and
kind of
miss. Hit and miss. I ate as much as I could in college.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of different types of foods, including beer, liquor.
Mostly beer. Some Coke.
Some Captain and Coke here in a while.
Captain and Cokes. Maybe I'd switch it out to a 7-7 once in a while.
Yeah, when I was getting crazy, why not? Why not? Let's get the clothes flying off with some tequila.
Ooh.
And then I remember waking up at 5 o'clock the next day, regretting life.
Oh, those are tequila days are bad.
Yeah, I don't touch that stuff.
I don't think. I think the drunkest I've been without wanting to die, but next day feeling like shit was on Cinco de Mayo. It was a weekday. Had to go to school and work the next day, and I had a pretty rough night. There was my girlfriend at the time bought Van Gogh vodka, flavored vodka. It was coffee flavored.
Wow, that's disgusting.
So me, Keith, and Nick finished that. I had most of it gone before they showed up. Next morning, woke up, still drunk, with my boss calling me saying, "It's snowing, I need you to get here to shovel." At 7 in the morning in the winter, all right, May, but it was snowing.
May 5th, right?
Yes. So I was like, okay, so we get there. I find a Red Bull in the fridge. I pound it.
Yummy.
What a mistake that was. Terrible. So, one of those spring snows, so it's really heavy snow. So I'm fucking shovel all the sidewalks of the dorms, get that shit done. I got a 9 o'clock class, hit that up, and then Keith calls me and he's like, "You pretty hungover?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You want to go shoot some guns and buy some burritos?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, turns out, best hangover cure ever.
Shoot some guns and buy some burritos.
Taco Del Sol in fucking 45 rounds. Bah, 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 bah. Behind Montana Tech while grade school's going. So,
Times have changed.
Yeah,
Times have changed.
You can't go behind the M and shoot guns anymore.
Oh.
Turns out it freaks people out. Especially those school kids that, go to school on the other side of the M. So,
gosh,
makes sense.
Times are changing. I don't know. Missoula or Montana is getting so libtarded.
Libtarded.
Just kidding.
Oh.
Or conservanerd.
Conservanerd?
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever call a conservative a nerd.
Yeah, true. Bad play on words there.
That's a well, you know, it's a good pun though. It's a good mashup. I do like that.
Because it's kind of like an oxymoron. All the conservatives are usually just ignorant assholes who don't know better. So
Yes.
it's like calling them a nerd when they're actually stupid.
Yes,
Get it?
it's an oxymoron.
Conserva nerd.
Conservative nerds. Fucking
Trademark and registered.
Oh. Hi, Tucker. What's Tucker have been up to? How's he feeling?
Tucker has been all over the place. Tucker went to the park. Tucker went and sniffed some other dogs' butts. Dogs
Oh.
do that.
Dog park or just fucking around?
No, we've never been to the Missoula Dog Park.
How do you think he would react there?
I think he would just run around with his black dog on a red rocket all the whole
He's
time.
so excited. He's like, Dad, there's bitches everywhere.
Everywhere!
Dad,
So many smells!
everywhere.
These butts are awesome!
That would be kind of cool for a dog. Do you see here's a two-pick for you. Did you ever watch Anthony Bourdain's show?
I did, a lot.
Did you
Pretty
enjoy
well,
it?
yeah. I enjoyed it a lot. I told people to watch that show.
I never watched it, so give the folks like me a little rundown on what his show was about.
Well, think of traveling with a local guide to the spots that are unknown, that are probably the best part of that culture, the area, the sites, the food, the people, that, you know, are away from the tourist trap of Yellowstone, Montana, and things like that. Going and finding the real deal stuff, street market food, you know, the real lounges, you know, just enjoying the unknown.
Yeah.
Parts that are unknown.
What made
Hence the name.
What made him so special, though? What do you know his background? I don't know
Yeah,
anything about Bourdain.
he was a 5-star restaurant chef, and he wrote a book, Confessions of a Chef or something like that, that got him really big in the literary world, in the chef world, kind of giving the real optics of what it's like to work in a high-paced kitchen.
High-end kitchen.
Yeah. Drug use was rampant. He was addicted to heroin.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty hardcore. Booze. He got clean and started doing travel type things, with food being part of it, but
Right.
not the main focus. Yeah, it was just really well done, well scripted, honest. I heard somebody quote it as a millennial's travel guide.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, just really good television. Honest, truthful television,
Yeah.
which is hard to say with a straight face.
Yeah, right. Especially a reality show.
Because
like
when I found out that Keeping Up with the Kardashians wasn't necessarily true, I
break your heart.
was relieved. No, that show's the stupidest thing ever.
Do you see the Kardashians and the Jenners were on Family Feud?
Wow, I bet that was an easy game for the other team.
No, they were playing each other.
Oh.
Like Jenners versus Kardashians, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, saw a promo for it on TV at work. Kanye was there.
What's his name? Harry? The guy who does the host.
Oh, Steve. Steve
Harvey. Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. He's got the craziest suits
Yeah.
of all time.
He is the modern day pimp.
He is,
Likes to mess up winners in beauty pageants.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was it. I'm sorry, my mistake. Argentina.
No, what was the movie in the Oscars that they announced the wrong one? No,
Oh.
it was Schindler's List.
La La Land.
It was La La Land. No, it was La La Land.
Yeah, Moonlight. Moonlight and La La Land. Yeah. So you ever watch Saturday Night Live, the Weekend Update?
Yeah,
Kids?
yeah. The guys.
Like
Yeah.
Colin Jost.
He's pretty good.
He's dating
Who?
Scarlett Johansson.
Really? That's a random.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's
then
like
that Pete Davidson kid.
it's like Ariana Grande dating Pete Davidson.
What's these Saturday Night Live kids
How do they
pulling out his puss, man?
how do they score out?
I don't get it.
How do these comedy nerds pull this puss?
I don't get it. Yeah, they were giving that Pete
Or
Davidson shit.
yank that cock, if that's your
If you're a
preference
girl.
too, because
Yeah, sure.
we're open-minded here on A Thought Runs Through.
Yeah, we're not
because,
prejudiced to really anything.
Yeah, we run through thoughts and any thoughts that run through it.
You can run through us.
At Clueless and Lark.
At gmail.com.
And on all the social medias, for the exception of Snapchat, because that shit's for tweenies.
Yeah.
Just search it. A Thought Runs Through It.
Yeah.
You will find us. Hit us up with your thoughts.
Right.
And then maybe, if they're good enough, we'll run through them.
Yeah, doggy. Yeah, we haven't got any mailbag questions in a while. We need some legit. The last time someone wrote to us was a postcard. So, which I think she forgot to ask a question.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, Hannah.
a waste of
Thanks.
3 buckaroos.
Yeah,
right
thanks
there.
for not asking a question. Just telling us that we need to buy you a drink
Yeah.
when you get back to the States.
Yeah, could have used that $3 on a Foster's.
Yeah.
You think they really drink Foster's down there?
Yep.
Anything?
I do. It's imported beer
For them or for us?
for us. So it's only brewed in Australia, down under.
Down under.
Yeah, I'd go
Down under.
Let's just say I'd go down under there.
You think Hannah has an accent now?
I bet you she does.
You kind of have to, right? Like, you just kind of adapt.
Yeah, you would have to. I think the kids that she would nanny would just look at her like some sort of freak. What are you? Some Yankee?
Yes.
Yankee Doodle?
What are you guys hungry for? Veggie mate!
Well, I guess where she's originally from, I guess it would just be an old western not south, definitely not south. It's on the High Line, but an old west ruffian cowboy, cowgirl.
Or pure native. One of the two.
Yeah, that too.
Hey there.
Oh, hey there,
Hey there. Me and Victor.
We're gonna go to Standing Rock and stand there.
Don't take it to Heart Buttes.
Yeah, we don't want...
Harley Warriors.
Or a good basketball team.
We scored 100 points one game.
Which, the great basketball story, great community story.
Sure, yeah.
Way to bring awareness.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a avid basketball player in the state of Montana. That doesn't mean jack, nothing. But I played a lot against Arley and the Arley guys.
Resball.
Hated playing against them. It was a different type of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not classifying it as resball. It was just a different style of basketball where they beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. yeah. They shot from the outside and...
Cherry picked every other play.
Yep. Yeah, they would get back real quick. Yeah. Yeah, those fuckers. That's how they play. But the early Warriors this year, they were running gun, man. They did. They put up 100 points on one team. It's pretty amazing. For how long is a basketball game in high school?
20-minute halves?
40
12-minute quarters?
That was 12.
12-minute
I think
quarters?
it's halves, right? 2 halves. Like college.
But it's not timed like that. It's quarterly. It's timed every quarter.
Is it?
Yep. That's why we would have quarter breaks. Remember those? Remember?
No, I was good enough to play, so.
And a quarter. Switch sides. Do that
I
thing.
swore it was halves. I might be right. I don't know. I can't tell you the last time I went to a basketball game. So.
Yeah, nor can I. I just
not,
know J.R. Smith's an idiot.
Yeah. I don't keep up on the old local high school b-ball, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not one of those
Once I
alumni.
once I shut the doors behind me on my way out my last day, that was the last thought I put into that place.
Yeah. Speaking of which, kids are out of school. It's
That's
summertime.
probably why you had bicycles.
Fucking youths, man. They got nothing to do.
Those Frenchtown boys causing trouble.
You know what I should...
Frenchies.
You know what I say? I should just put up a big poster of that Karma guy on my lawn.
The Karma guy.
Yeah.
Like the actual Buddha?
No, what was his first
Guy
name?
with like 6 arms?
Michael Karma, Ted
Cruz?
Karma, Michael Karma, I think Michael. Anyways, the kid who blew the head off the German kid for coming into his garage.
Ooh, Camara.
I think it's Karma.
Camara.
What's his first name? Elliot, John,
Elliot.
Joe, Andrew, Marcus Karma. It's Marcus Karma. That's what it
Marcus
is.
Karma. Okay,
I should
believe
get
ya.
a big printout of him and stick it on my arm and be like, yeah, just a heads up.
Just a heads up.
Just
I don't.
Heads up or heads gone. You know what I mean?
I don't own a gun, but hey, it might scare the shit out of you.
But I have a slingshot.
Ooh, do you really?
Still BBs. I'll BB the fuck out of you. Yeah, I should just put a Marcus Karma, a little statue on my lawn and say, ye be warned. You know, like they used to hang up the old pirates.
Yeah, maybe you need to do that.
I
You
should
might want to.
string up a 8-year-old on my tree.
That might be going a little too far.
Well, it's not a racist thing. It's just, property damage.
I'll shoot you.
Yeah. Forgot about the old Marcus Karma. That guy keeps appealing too, which is hilarious. Because you legit murdered a boy.
Yeah, you can't just. It's like setting out treats for bears and hunting them.
Yeah. And then being like, well, that bear came into my woods.
And I had a giant thing of honey.
Yeah, and he was trying to eat my honey. So I shot him in the face.
I had a giant picnic basket, so I shot him. Why do I keep a picnic basket in the garage? Because it's a simplistic place to put it.
Yeah.
It just seems proper.
Yeah, we should just put it right there. Wasn't there a rumor, though, that he was like a drug dealer, though?
I have no
He was
clue.
like a pot dealer. Because he lived in Grant Creek and had a really nice house, but like no job. Yeah. Or like his girlfriend maybe had like a part-time job or something like that. How are you affording this house?
So there's some nice houses up there.
They're kind of nice because you can't see them from the freeway or from going up there. But really, there's only one way out. That's the hard part. You got to take reserve. Otherwise, you're fucked.
From the tippy top.
From the tip. I don't think I'd want to live back there.
I hit an elk.
far away.
I mean, my friend hit an elk on that road once.
Oh.
We were driving home from his girlfriend's house who lived up there, and we hit an elk. And it was his grandfather's newer Jimmy at the time. And for some reason, the car stopped, wouldn't turn back on because it indicated that there was a wreck.
The car said elk alert.
Yeah.
Elk damage.
So we nailed the ass end of this elk, so we had to hike back to the house to get a phone call in, and had to have my dad come pick me up, and he was pissed because he didn't believe us that we hit an elk. To this day, he probably still doesn't believe that we hit an actual elk.
So the elk obviously lived and took off?
Yeah, we broke the shit out of its back leg, and it hopped away.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it was a big guy, though.
Well, yeah, you don't see many elk up that way. On the road, anyways.
Well, there's that mountain between there and the other canyon that goes up that direction that they hang out up in those pastures quite a
really?
bit. Yeah.
Dang, I have to go get me an elk up there then.
It's all private land, so good
Get me a
luck.
moose. Well, I'm not going to tell anyone about it.
Ooh! Except you just
I'm gonna
heard
be a
the
poacher.
entire world.
I'm going to be a poacher.
Don't do that.
No, poaching's bad. They take your guns.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Take your license and your guns. As they should, because hunting's not that hard. If you want to go shoot a deer, it's not hard to go shoot a deer during hunting season.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. It's these trophy fuckers that go out there, and it's like it doesn't make any sense to me. That happened when I lived in Butte. That happened all the time up by Walkerville, where we'd find carcasses with their heads chopped off, and you're like, really? Like, you really wanted that 4-point buck so bad?
Right?
Cut his head off and took it back to your love shack and
Fucked it.
fucked it in its mouth. Yeah. Before
Why not take the rest of the body and at least dump it off at the food bank? They can process it.
They could have, but then that's admitted to a crime.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm saying just drop it off. Front door.
It's not the hospital, Andrew. I think that's illegal too. You can't just drop someone off at the hospital. Isn't that what that show was all about?
Which one?
Don't they do that in Requiem for a Dream? Doesn't that happen in that movie? They drop some like OD kid at the...
Yeah. Because his arm's about to fall off because keeps shooting up in the same spot.
What a fucking terrible movie that... Like, it's a good movie, but like, you don't feel good after.
No,
you feel really
don't.
bad.
You feel like you don't want to do drugs.
No.
Ever.
Good cast, too.
Yeah.
Jennifer Connelly.
And that was...
Jared Leto.
Before he got famous. And like, when he started getting famous just these last couple of years, I'm like... Yeah, he's been around the block.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's the greatest actor ever. I'm like, yeah. Have you not seen?
I knew about this kid since Fight Club. I think that was the first movie I saw him in, was in Fight Club.
He's in Fight Club?
Mm-hmm. He's the blonde kid. Gets his ass beat by Brad Pitt, one of those, well, I guess Ed Norton, in one scene. And when he's recruiting for Project Mayhem, he makes him stand outside on the porch. He just insults him the entire time. He's like, "You're too fat." He walks up to him. He's like, "You're too blonde."
Oh.
Yeah, he just can't come up with a good insult.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, Jared Leto. I knew a guy who looked a lot like him.
Yeah?
Yeah. His name's Matt. Good guy.
Shout out to Matt. That looks like Jared Leto.
Yeah.
What up, Matt?
Don't know where you are or what you're doing, but what up, Matt?
What up,
Good
dude?
to see you, bro.
Well, good to think of you.
That's true. I haven't thought of that cat in a long fucking time. What else is going on, Andrew? How you feeling, man? What's Do you have anything else interesting about Cody, Wyoming you want to talk about? Or what about Yellowstone?
Saw some bears for the first time. I saw my first bears in the wild after living in Montana for almost 31 years. I saw my first bear in the wild. Now, I've seen bears in cages. Let me take that back. I saw a bear wander through my summer camp.
Your summer camp was Georgetown?
Up at Georgetown Lake, yeah. I was a counselor at the time. And the lodge and the kitchen were built, there are two buildings right next to each other, but they weren't connected. Mm-hmm. And so to go get more food, you had to walk outside to the kitchen that was inside its own entity. Right. And so I go grab another platter, and I look towards the parking lot, and I see this big old black bear. And a lodge full of 75 to 90-year-old kids. I mean...
Preteens?
No, I'm talking like 7 to 12.
Okay, something young.
Yeah. And so I quietly go find the director, and I'm like, hey, go look outside, there's a bear. Me at 15.
Yeah.
And realizing that could be a real big danger.
Yeah.
And so we had an extended lunch.
Yeah.
As fishing...
Stay inside for a minute.
As Fish and Game then came and transported that bear to somewhere else.
Did they trank him?
No, they lured him into a bear cage with, yeah.
Nice.
And he wandered in there, and we all knew that everything was safe when we heard the big clash of the gate go down, and the kids weren't the wiser.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I guess that was my first encounter with a live bear, but seeing a black bear with its cubs in spring was pretty neat.
That's pretty sweet. I saw the photos. I couldn't tell there was cubs until you pointed them out.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of yep. They're in the shadows. It was they were in the shadiness of a tree.
That's kind of neat, though.
Yeah,
bear cubs.
Yeah.
Was it pretty busy already down there?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah. Traffic was the shits, the pits. A lot of California plates and Florida plates.
Really?
Yeah. And a lot of Asian tour buses.
Yeah. Asians with Nikons. Doing all them snappings.
Getting some good pics to bring back home.
I wonder why that became a thing. How come that's like such a thing with them?
Such a stereotype?
Yeah, like
Well, they're in a foreign land taking pictures. We live in it, so it's same to us.
it must be like a thing with their culture. Then, like when they go home, like everyone gathers around and looks at photos or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've never been out east that far.
Because it doesn't really seem like, to me, anyways, that they're enjoying themselves. It just seems like they're just snapping photos just to snap photos.
Running from site to site, literally running from place to place. Yeah, like there, we stopped at the Grand Canyon in Yellowstone, and I almost got ran over by this older lady who's rushing to get to a spot to take a picture, and she was just oblivious to anybody else in the world.
Right.
And so stereotypes can be stereotypes.
Yeah. I did that in Sonoma, Arizona, where I wanted to go fishing, so I found a little place in the Beaver Creek up there. I found this little canyon, found a place to park. Got there early, illegally used worms, but killed it. I was like, okay, so people started showing up and hiking through where I was fishing, so I'm like, all right, day's over. So I'm hiking back up, and it's a good trail up this fucking canyon. And it's just a stream of fucking Orientals coming down. I was like, okay, that's cool. So I kind of waited for all of them to come down because it's a pretty skinny trail. Got my fishing pole and I just keep like nodding at them like, hello, hello, hi, hello, hello. And keep going by. And then it was the fucking spring break bros started coming down carrying coolers and shit. And I remember this one guy was like...
Brewski bros?
Yeah, he's like, you want a beer, man? I was like, yeah, I do.
yeah, I do.
It's
That'd
like
be great.
10 a.m. I'm like, yes, I do. And it's Arizona, so it's hot as fuck. I was like, all right. So I had a beer with these kids, and I'm like, so is this like a place you come to like hang out? And he's like, yeah, in this canyon, it's the only place that really stays cool. He's like, so this is a big spot for local kids to come and party. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, thanks for the beer, So I start walking up. I was the only truck in this parking lot when I first got there. I am boxed in by at least 10 buses. I cannot get out. And I'm like, okay. So I put all my shit in my truck and there's a big bridge. So I walked the bridge and walked back to town and sat at a brewery for 5 hours until the buses left. I was like, that fucking sucks. So,
good thing you weren't just missing work or anything.
No, it was just lazy Saturday. Nice. But yeah, that was, there was 80 Asians in that one tiny little area snapping photos of trees and rocks.
Yeah.
In Sonoma, Arizona.
Yep. I always wonder, are they taking good pictures? Are they?
I don't know.
Are they just taking the moment?
We should join one of these tour buses one time, just to see.
We should.
We need to brush up on our Mandarin, though.
Oh, that might...
possibly Japanese, I don't know. Korean, possibly.
Vietnamese.
I heard Korean's really hard to learn. I heard it's the hardest Oriental one to learn.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, take that for what it is. Korean is hard to learn.
I think American Southern jargon would be the hardest to understand.
Like Creole.
Like the swamp people.
Like
people with 3 teeth in their mouth.
Fucking what was that? Cajun talk. Boy.
Those whiteys down south.
Like that True Detective.
Ignorant whites. Yeah. The hillbillies of the South.
Yep. I like that scene in True Detective when they go to the pop-up church.
Yeah.
The guy's preaching. He's like, he's just talking shit about religion and stuff. And he's like, can you see Texas up there from your high horse? He's like, fuck you, man. It's such a good show.
It is. True Detective. Check it out.
Yeah, season 1, not season 2. Season 2 is terrible.
Don't waste your time. Season 1, though, waste all the time you can. Watch it beginning to end. Matthew McConaughey and Willie Nelson. Harry.
Willie Nelson, yes. Matt, that would be a cool movie.
Would be.
Willie Nelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Say, that reminds me. Did you go see Super Troopers 2?
No.
Don't ask me why that reminded me.
That's got to be on video pretty soon.
Maybe.
We were going to go that time, remember?
What happened to that?
We couldn't get seats together.
Oh yeah, that's
at
right.
the new theater.
Oh yeah, when Nick was here. When our boy Nick from
Oh,
Butte.
boy, big boy Nick.
Big boy
Big
Nick.
Dick Nick,
I
as
don't
they
know
call him.
about that. I don't know if anyone,
I don't know about
I
that.
don't know if anyone calls him that.
He called himself that, I'm pretty sure.
in the mirror in the
It's
bathroom.
written on his mirror. Lipstick.
I am Big Dick Nick. I am
It's his
Big
mantra,
Dick.
yeah.
Yeah. Every day before he leaves the house,
Big Dick Nick.
or every day before he goes back to his bed to play video games.
Well, I just
I can't say that anymore. Sorry, Nick. You have a job and I don't. So.
He's got a legit job.
Mm-hmm.
He's a working boy.
He's a big boy, welcome boy.
He's making up money.
But you said he might come to Missoula. We might have a guest this weekend.
Nick and I need to go wedding shopping.
Oh, is he coming?
I think he wanted me to try to get over there, but I might go to Cali for Father's Day. So
why would you go to Butte to shop for?
There's like a wedding store over there that because we have to get like that kind of blue pants.
Oh.
Like slate blue is what he said, and then cream button-up shirts.
Cream.
So we wanted to match.
Yeah,
so we want to get we're in a wedding together. So
Okay, all right. And so you're going to California this weekend?
Cali Spell.
Oh, Kalispell. You're gonna spell up in Cali?
Yeah, so I might take Friday off and
Jet up
jerk
there.
my way up there.
Take the jerk off train up there.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna hitchhike.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got a sign. I will jerk you off for 20 miles.
Oh, excuse me.
If you don't come in the first 100,
You can drop me back off 20 miles back. Oh shit, that's funny.
Oh yeah, whoops, sorry.
Jeez.
Happy Father's Day to all those happy fathers out there.
Yeah, it's all those people who dropped a big batch, and out came a little person.
Who didn't pull out too soon.
You knew what you were doing.
To all those mistakes,
Good or bad.
all those
Good.
fathers who know that there was a mistake.
Oh,
I was a father for a Father's Day once.
yeah, that was.
I even spent Father's Day with the baby by
Interesting.
myself. Wow. Yeah, it was crazy.
You went from being a dad to not being a dad.
Within a matter of a week.
Now that's a story.
Yes, that is a story.
That should go in the archives.
The
Of the
archives.
greats. A thought runs through it.
It's
Story.
definitely going to go in my memoir someday.
Yeah. What's your name of your memoir? You can't have a thought runs through it now because that's the podcast name.
What not to do. How not to raise your kid.
Things I learned from Andrew. By Andrew.
Oh, that's great. But
Yeah.
so
What was your life like for that week, being a dad?
it was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a lot younger.
And the mother, the only thing she wanted was money, so I could pay for her like rental storage shed, so she could keep those things in there. And I
Yeah.
told her no, per the advice of my attorney.
Nice.
She got mad and almost didn't let me see the kid on Father's Day if
Right.
it was my kid, but it was. And then I got a letter from the States after we did a paternity test saying there's a 99.9% chance that I am not the father. And I literally ran around the room I was in after reading that mail and called my brother.
So how's that work? So like you don't just go to a hospital and be like, hey, I need a paternity test. You have to go to the state, or was it like a legal thing?
It was kind of a legal thing. So you go to this other, because if it's yours, you have to pay for the test. If it's
Okay.
not mine, then the mother has to pay for the test.
Oh,
Yeah. So we went to this
Nice.
medical office, and all they did is take a swab on your inside cheek, and a couple weeks later they send you the results.
Oh shit, that is insane.
Yeah, and as she was trying to claim that I was the father, it goes to the state to determine that. And Jerry Springer that shit.
Jerry,
Which
wow.
was probably one of the best situations in my life, even though it was the scariest.
Yeah. Oh,
Because I had to, get get in the shape to be a father.
Right.
Because this lady clearly wasn't ready for it.
So did she admit to anything? Like, I think I know.
No, I never talked to her after I got that letter.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
My buddy yelled at her mom at Boomer's Bar and Grill in town one night though. Called her daughter a slut. and the mother ran after him.
That's awesome.
So I'm just laughing.
Run! Ooh-wee. What a...
Yeah, I guess she just picked out of the best options that she had. That
You're like, he seems stable.
yeah, pretty
You're
much.
the dad.
And who knows? Yeah, she was doing like 4 or 5. So I heard, and she was having sexual intercourse at the same time with like 4 or 5 other people.
Sure.
So she had no idea.
So did you like mentally like convince yourself that you were the dad? Where you're like, yeah, it kind of looks like me. Yeah, we kind of have the same eyes.
For sure.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
For sure.
I would imagine I'd do the same thing. Be like, yeah, look at that. We look exactly alike.
Yeah. And so then after that letter, I asked some friends if I could go stay at their cabin up on the lake for a week by myself, and I did. And I had quit drinking and smoking cigars and all that, and that all just went to shit. And I just sat there for a week, decompressing and enjoying life.
Yeah, it's a new
knowing
take.
that I wasn't going to have a kid too
Right.
young or in a poor situation.
Well,
I feel bad for that kid though, and apparently the mother was smoking reefer and smoking cigarettes and drinking while pregnant.
well,
And lo and behold, the kid turned out to be delayed.
really?
Mm-hmm. I heard from a mutual friend
Right.
that I haven't talked to in like 5 years, so. Mutual acquaintance that I
Right.
used to work with.
Ugh, what a bummer.
It was,
Kid.
yeah. But no, I would go over and visit the mom and the kid and bottle feed and all that stuff.
That's weird,
Yeah.
I forgot about that story.
Pretty wacko one. So, rule of thumb, don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
I like it, Andrew. I like it.
I didn't trademark it, but you should definitely go by it.
It should be.
If you are not ready to have a kid, then you shouldn't have sex.
There's always
Unless
that
you're
possibility.
unless you're smart about it.
There's always that possibility.
Pulling out isn't always going to do her.
Well, the crazy Amanda, who you know, who I play hockey with, has tried every form of birth control. Pill, IUD,
IED in the
yeah.
womb. Sounds like an IED in the
Yeah.
womb.
She tried them all. Nothing worked.
That's crazy.
Got pregnant every time.
Condom?
Excuse. Well, obviously didn't use that. Yeah. The one that's like 99% or 98% effective, did not use that one.
Huh.
But all the contraceptives, other than that, her body just doesn't.
No
react
spermicidal lube.
You know, I didn't get that too detailed with her about it, but
But she tells you that she I'll just wait and refrain in case they listen to our show.
well, let's just say she's very open about her life.
Okay.
With us.
Good. Good.
and
Openness.
one of the stories was how she was continually pregnant because birth control does not work for her.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amanda's a fabulous person.
She's pretty dope. She
Speaking of which, what time is your guys' game this week?
that's a good question.
Oh.
That is a good question.
We might let our listeners know that Nathan is a professional beer league softball player.
Yeah, pretty kind of a big deal.
He is the biggest deal on the team.
I went 3 for 3 first game and then 0 for 3 last game. So, you know, yin and yang.
He has
Easy
some good.
come, easy go.
And Tucker and I like to go watch and be spectators to this sport and join in the festivities. And I'd like to say that Nathan had a pretty good game last game.
Yeah, you know who always steals the show though?
Tucker.
Tucker.
Yeah.
You show up with that black dog and people
just get wet.
Their panties fall off. And that's not even a joke. Like, all the women are like, is that a dog?
Even the lesbians.
Yeah, oh, especially the lesbians. Yeah, Sarah loved her a lot. I know Sarah she likes dogs a lot.
Yeah, she's going to bring me some tennis balls. I think that was Sarah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
She's going to bring some more tennis balls for the guy.
Yeah. Well, Sarah, she's a sweetie. Hockey goalie.
Hockey goalie.
I think I've only scored on Sarah once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know you scored with Sarah.
No, just once.
Oh,
I tried multiple times. Lots of shots, if you know what I mean.
You try to penetrate that goal?
Yep. But you know what they say, Andrew? Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score.
So would you say she's a prophylactic on the game of hockey?
Prophylactic?
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely is.
Good work.
She's a good goalie.
Good work.
She's a boss.
Boss hog.
Well, Andrew, we're coming up on 55, my dude.
Holy the moly.
Plugs? Got any anything you want to
I want to plug good weather and good vibes and good people. Right. Be a good person. Say hi. Open a door.
Ooh,
say thank you.
Yeah.
Say excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Be considerate.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Every day.
I like it. That's a good plug. I like that. I will plug... Oh, me and the sis went to the farmer's market.
Ooh.
Now's the time to go because...
It's not hot as shit at 10 o'clock?
Yeah, people aren't catching on with it yet. Boy, you get in the heart of summer, that shit gets fucking busy. And I will also plug a friend and I went to out to lunch in downtown tonight. Those have started again.
Nice.
So go support our local food trucks. You know, they took a chance on starting a business to serve you assholes food and sweets. So go try different ones. I mean, there's always the same shit. There's always El Caz and there's always Big Dipper. Go try the different ones. Try the Buffalo Burger, people. Try...
5 on Black.
Well, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can try them too. They have a standalone store, but there's a couple new ones.
New ones?
That I have yet to try.
Tia's Tamales?
Dude, yeah, Tia's is there. I love masala, but again, they have a standalone shop now too. These food trucks, man, it takes some balls to start these up because they're not guaranteed. The fucking downtown association is a legit mafia, so you gotta, you can't even step foot with a food cart downtown without fucking paying them some kind of money. So, it's expensive to do this shit. So support these folks. Get out there. Support local business.
Mingle with your fellow community members. Pet a dog. Say hi.
There's gonna be some dope bands going on. Live music.
Watch out for those young youths, though.
Yeah, stay out of the river, you dum-dums. It's still high.
Reefer heads.
Yeah, the youths. They must do shit. But Andrew, it's been a good episode, my man. We'll get together this weekend, have another episode. Hopefully, we'll get another scene of Old Man Lohan out there. We had a blast doing that. Shout out to Tess and Bumkey for helping us launch our stupid screenplay. So that was cool.
And don't forget to check us out. Thought Runs Through It on our Twitter and Instagram.
Yep.
Yes, sir. And you can email us any thoughts that you may want us to run through at cluousandlark@gmail.com.
Yes,
This has been a Thought Runs Through It, where we run through some thoughts. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Nathan.
Bye-bye.
If you know, you know. Yeah. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. This thing of ours, oh, this thing of ours. Her fraternity of drug dealers ringing off. I just happen to be alumni.